tribe has spoken.
I know that you were really upset about me falling asleep that day for some reason.
Welcome back to
Hello, number two this week.
our headline episode.
I bet you're so happy to hear our voices
I know.
again in 1 week.
Great voices. Voices made for this. Okay, there's a lot to go over, I feel like, in the reality TV world. Yep.
What's happening?
So, let's get into it. The new show coming out in September.
Oh, I heard about this from
Me.
you.
The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I could not be more excited.
Yeah.
They did, in fact, drop a trailer this week.
Yes.
Did you watch
I did.
it?
I think I
Okay.
didn't have sound on or something.
What?
I know.
Okay, valid.
So, probably, no, I didn't.
Yeah. So the whole premise of the show, I'm now kind of intrigued after I saw the trailer, whether it's going to be a continual season renewal like The Real Housewives, or if it's
Like a standalone?
sort of like a standalone limited series, because, and I do remember this whole plot now, there was a mom influencer on
Was I
TikTok.
right?
I think so. Maybe.
About the mom who did the TikTok dance in the hospital while her child had RSV.
Oh, I don't know if that's it.
I saw there was some TikTok about that was one of the main characters was like this mom who like
Potentially.
their kid had RSV and she's like in the hospital doing a TikTok dance and people like lit her up for it.
Probably. There's like this mom TikToker though who she's claimed she started Mom Talk. Like she claims she was the origin of mom social media
She's the
following.
first mom ever
And
to
so
like have a social media.
then like she got a bunch of friends all in Utah. I believe they were all Mormon.
Okay.
And then they all started making TikToks together and becoming like this best friend like group of couples. And then one day it broke. They actually were all swinging. And so that's where, because it talks about it in the trailer. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if this is then going to be like them telling their story and explaining whether or not they were in fact all swinging, or if it's now just going to follow their lives as swinger couples.
So
Who claim to be Mormon, but they're definitely not living out the Mormon way.
no.
But then they like self-claim themselves as Mormon,
it's,
like a
like,
Lisa
almost-
Barlow situation.
Oh
Who
my
has her own
God.
tequila company,
Oh
but
my God.
but says she's Mormon. I don't know.
So, but it's like almost like commune-esque.
It is almost
like,
communist.
Sister wife-esque, but like there's more men.
Yeah.
But like commune, I feel like.
I know.
kinda.
I can't understand this until I see it, I think.
We have to watch
We
to
will
know. We have to. I have to
absolutely
know
be watching this
the
show.
details
Like, there's
on
no
this.
way I'm not watching it. Come on. It's like several of my favorite things. Following Housewives, Mormonism,
Yeah.
and swinging.
Swinging.
I've never seen that play out, I feel like. And so I'm very interested to see how it goes.
It is a very intriguing, because I think when it came out, it was very like the title's like pretty self-explanatory, but then the bio was like very short, something about swingers.
The bio
and you're
was
like,
simply, I think, the swinger lives of Mormons in Utah.
so my mind, I was like, that's not mathing.
No.
Like, so it did draw me in. So
Yeah.
I'm curious about it.
I feel like I find it just so interesting because it's like in one stem of my brain, like they're going way back to the very fundamentals of Mormonism, but that's sister wives with only one man.
Yeah.
And then in another, I'm like, they're going completely against Mormonism by like then having affairs and like adultery. So it's just a very like,
I'm not getting it.
it's like a Venn diagram almost in my brain where there's a weird overlap and I can't figure it out. So I will for sure be watching to know more about this group of people in Utah, because that alone, you're selling me. Like,
No,
we're
for real.
following people in Utah. Done. I'm there.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. And so that's airing in September.
That's coming up. Yeah.
Very excited.
We'll be seated for that
Yeah,
one.
I'm pumped. What comes out Monday, so it would have been yesterday when this show airs, the Love Island reunion.
Oh.
I cannot tell you how sad I am ready for this reunion. There's been a lot of, they just
Sad?
Sat. Like,
Oh,
I'm in my seat,
I was like,
popcorn ready.
sure.
having my lemonade because the drama that's come from it already on social media is crazy. They filmed it, I believe, last night, and there has been rumors already that they were supposed to start filming at 6 p.m., but 2 Islanders got into it, and so they didn't start filming until 11 p.m.
Why didn't they film it?
I know. I know. I don't know.
Why didn't they film that, though?
Ariana was on Watch What Happens Live and was promoting it, and then she also said, like, something happens in the reunion that she's never seen before. I don't know. I don't know about that. Someone supposedly got a black eye from the reunion, and I'm like, crazy. Okay.
What?
I'm like so intrigued. So for sure I'll be talking about it the next episode.
Oh yeah, we have to know. We have to know. I need to know what's happening.
I know.
There.
And I'm so excited because Leah's on it, and Leah's the people's princess right now. Also, the Real Housewives of New Jersey officially had its finale. And if you don't know, every season of The Real Housewives ends in a reunion episode.
And they're good.
The
reunions are
where
good.
Andy Cohen sits and mediates a literal, I believe it's probably 8 to 12 hour day for all of this cast.
Yeah.
And like tries to go through the season and what they endured together.
Yeah.
And so for The Real Housewives of New Jersey, he said, you could not pay me enough to do that. Like, I have no desire. Production, I think, so was crazy. Over it. Production was like, nobody wanted to get them all together because there's so much feuding going on. And so instead they brought all the women together in this restaurant called Rails, and they had 2 separate rooms for the viewing of the finale. And so
oh my gosh.
Like the 2 basically teams of women watched the finale on different rooms, giving their thoughts and opinions. And honestly, I think it was better than the reunion because it would have just like included so much yelling when it would have been a reunion, and nothing would have been resolved because these women are like no longer friends and they have like no desire to be friends.
Yeah.
And so, however, this is where some stuff has come up this last week that's a little weird. So the main New Jersey housewife who's been there since the beginning, Teresa Giudice. I am a Teresa Giudice hater, okay? I'll say it until I die. I think the woman's cracked. I think she's nuts. So she got remarried a few years ago to this other cracked weirdo, Louis. And I think he is nuts. I think he has stirred up all this drama. I think he's weird. There's something weird about him. And so
it's giving weird.
He's weird. On the finale, at one point, he's talking about another housewife that Teresa doesn't like.
Oh, no.
And he's like, I wish terrible things upon her son. Like, weird. Like, it's just weird.
Why bring the kids into
watched it, all of them together, and they're like, oh, what? And they all got like mad. And Teresa's like, what? Like, Teresa was like not even like upset about it, or like was like, he's fine. Like, he was just upset and like defended him. Gosh. And so then he's come out with an apology statement on Instagram, whatever. But then in preparation for the finale, she has a podcast and they recorded an episode together. And he was saying, because she has 4 daughters.
Yeah.
He said in the podcast that he encourages them to like wear short stuff and be like revealing and like all of this weird things. Like they should wear thongs, they should wear like bikinis, like they're young.
And he's not their dad.
He's not their father.
That's weird.
And it's weird. They're also all like
they're
late
like
teen, early
now.
20s.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
And why was this being talked about?
Literally no idea. I'm like, my guy, like in what world did you think that would go over well with any audience? So now everybody online is just being like, no, like he's been like weird. He's been like kind of weird and predatory all this time, which I've noticed the whole time. There was at one point during the show, he said, because he said to Teresa's brother, he's like, you know, sometimes I wear your dad's pajamas just so the girls feel like their no-no is like with them. And keep in mind, their dad's dead. So he's putting on their dead dad's pajamas and like walking around the house.
What a weirdo.
As soon as that was said, no one really reacted much. I said, pardon? Why on earth are you wearing
why are we not paying attention to
grandfather's
this?
clothes around the home?
That's like,
I'm like, that's so weird. I think it's the weirdest thing ever. And so
seems like a weird dude.
I think potentially those two are getting yeeted from the cast, and they might keep almost everyone else besides her because she's the cause of all the issues.
You don't think they're going to end it altogether?
No. If anything, they might get a rebrand, but I think it'd be like honestly unfair because there's so much likable cast members besides her, and then there's one other housewife named Jennifer Aiden. Both of them are like the only issues. Like everyone else, everybody loves. Those two are just the worst. Like the worst housewives ever. Like I'm trying to think of a comparison because you've watched The Real Housewives of Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Like way worse than Jen Shaw. In terms of like just being just straight out mean. Like obviously they're not, well, I don't know if they're doing anything illegal. Very well could be.
Yeah.
I mean, Teresa already went to jail. She was the one housewife that went to jail for fraud. Like they all do.
Yeah.
And then they like filmed like a special and she's like in jail and you just like,
Oh
we just like talked to her on the phone and I'm like, this is such good TV. I'm like, this is quality TV. This housewife is literally in jail and we're watching her daughters like cry because they miss their mom. This is crazy. It was weird.
We're sick.
I know we are. I'm sick. You haven't even watched it.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening in the housewives world. Switching back, you probably know about it, but Stassi Schroeder is coming back to TV.
Really?
You didn't see this?
No.
She's going to be on season 2 of Vanderpump Villa. Yeah.
Oh.
She like, her and Lisa Vanderpump filmed a TikTok together.
I love that.
Yeah. And so Lisa's having her on Vanderpump Villa.
How fun.
Yeah.
I watched Vanderpump Villa.
I haven't still, so I really need to get on it.
I think like I got into it. I think I love Lisa. So
yeah, so Stassi's going to be on it.
Be fun.
And then Stassi's also getting her own Hulu reality show. I know. I'm like, I will watch Stassi any day of the week.
I'm so glad you said she's not. I thought you were going to go in the direction of she's going on the Valley.
No. She will not. She's talked about it before. She's like, I have no desire to go on that show.
No.
She's like, those people are like coked out, like barely care about their kids. Like, where are their kids? Yeah. And so she's like, I would never do that.
I love Stassi. Ooh,
I know. I'm really excited for that.
And that's a Hulu show.
Yeah.
So it's not. I think they do.
It's not Bravo.
It's not Bravo, and it's not like week to week. I mean, they do like, maybe it is, a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Like in chunks.
I'd be interested to know what Andy Cohen's thoughts are about Lisa doing Vanderpump Villa on Hulu, as well as now Stassi doing her own thing on Hulu. He has to be offended.
Maybe.
But also maybe not. I mean, the man's got a lot going on anyway. So.
I mean, yeah, she's still involved. Well, maybe not if Vanderpump's
over, done. She's done with Bravo, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Because I feel like she loves Andy, though.
I know. I feel like their relationship. I mean, what do we know?
What do we know?
It seems like their
relationship's good. I think he's never gotten over the fact, though, that she didn't show up for the season 8 reunion of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I think as a housewife, if you don't go to a reunion, Andy like gets mad.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Except Jen, because she was
in jail. In jail. But like, yeah, usually if you don't show up to a reunion, like, you're pretty much like done on the show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just because it's like a respect thing. I feel like too.
Well, and it's like if you're gonna act a certain way on a show, you have to be able to
hold yourself accountable.
Exactly.
Like, come on,
just dip out. And
Lisa always says, she's like, I think of a reunion as a place to go and reunite, and she's like, I had no interest reuniting with those girls. I don't know.
So there was bad blood.
Yeah, her and Kyle Richards are like,
she didn't
mortal
come
enemies.
back after that.
No,
I assume
never came back. And she had already started Vanderpump Rules at that point. I think she was like 4 or 5 seasons in.
Oh.
So she was like chilling. But Survivor 47 coming out soon.
Oh, man.
September 13th.
We are big Survivor fans.
Big Survivor fans.
Survivor fans.
Love me some Jeff Probst.
Oh.
Love some good challenges.
And I will say I had a little bit of a hard time getting back into it after like the new age of Survivor, but the past couple seasons have been really good. Like good. Yeah. So I'm excited for this
I am
one.
too.
Yeah.
I haven't looked much into the cast, but
yeah, me either.
There's only so much I can look at a photo and try and figure out. So and then Grant is now the new Bachelor.
I saw that and I was like, it's kind of early.
I did too. I was kind of also like random. Like random, they put this out on a Monday night, like right after the episode aired.
I was like, why don't you wait? There's like still some really cool guys in the running.
Literally, I was like, oh, like, okay. I think they're just trying to churn out these seasons like rapid fire. I.e. why they like only went to really Australia to this entire season.
I know. Super weird that they went right away.
Yeah.
But like it makes sense because they're already back in hometown. Like it's already over essentially.
They did 1 week in Seattle and now it's hometowns.
Yeah.
I'm like crazy. I think they're trying to maybe budget. I don't know. It's all.
They gotta have
it's
a big
kind
budget.
of. It's something weird is going on.
Something
and I don't know what it
on.
is.
It is a good point. Maybe they are just trying to like be fast.
I think they are.
And turn it out.
In my mind, they're trying to do Bachelor over the summer, the Golden Bachelorette in the fall, Bachelor in the winter, Golden Bachelor in the spring, and
that's
just
what
do
I think
that.
it is because there's two
They're
more.
They're trying to like churn this
Golden
stuff out.
Bachelor, Bachelorette are 2 new things added, and so now they have to make the other ones quicker. I bet you that's what it is.
I know that next year they are planning on doing Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
Because they can't cut the best thing out.
No.
That was the best one.
That is the best one.
I'm like, that's what I'm watching,
messy,
man.
Yeah.
And so I just thought I was surprised. Usually they do a big ordeal about announcing The Bachelor. They quite literally, after the episode aired and he went home, were like, this is who it is. Like, they didn't even wait until Tuesday morning.
No, I saw one thing and I was like, oh, it's him already? They already decided?
That's crazy. If I didn't watch tonight's episode, guess I know who's going home, which that was the case. I was just like, that's okay. I mean, I like him and I'll watch, but I was just like, man, this feels all so rushed into like.
Yeah. You know what also
choosing.
I was thinking is just quick Bachelor tangent. I think it's so weird that the people that are applying and probably selected already don't know who it is.
Don't know who it is.
I think that's so weird.
I do too, because I do think it would matter to me.
It would. Like, you have to kind of talk yourself into like, oh, I like him. And like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think it's weird.
No,
I agree. Or like if you're like Sam M said this past week, like if you're kind of hoping at someone and then it's not and then you're disappointed, like I would never want to know that.
No.
If someone was disappointed, it was me and they were expecting someone else.
I feel like though it's hard because in my mind I'd want them to go on despite whoever the lead is because that means like they're there to find them. But I also would want to be like, I want to know you went on because you like me.
But it's like all the contestants are like at the beginning they're like, oh my God, I'm in love with this person. And I'm like,
yeah, that's no.
You didn't even know who it was when you signed up. You would be in love with whoever it is.
Yeah. You're just excited to be on TV.
Yeah.
You're in a really
it's just weird
incubated atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also Kelsey's dad
is on the
Golden Bachelorette. Yeah. I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah. I don't know.
I feel like he got peer pressured into doing it.
I think so. I really like him and
I do too.
I think it was gonna somebody's mom was on too previously. And like she didn't go very far.
Yeah, it was Jimmy Kimmel's mom.
No, that was on there. I think there was another contestant though.
Oh, I don't know.
But they didn't go very far, and then it's just kind of like sad.
Yeah,
you're like, so many people probably talk them into it, and then they don't even make it that far. And then
feel as though, I guess in my mind, I'm like, didn't he just lose his wife? Or has it been like 5-6 years already?
It's been definitely a couple years.
Okay,
but I mean,
I just hope he wanted to do it because he wanted to do it, and the producers weren't like, do it.
Yeah.
So, but hey, I might watch it just so I could see him because I do love him.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is our job now. We have to watch all of it. We don't get the luxury of picking. We got to watch all these forms of content. So
I'll see.
That is all I really had.
Nice.
For news updates.
Yeah.
I did want to finish asking, what are you currently watching right now?
Actually, pretty much just The Bachelorette.
Wow.
I'm in like a little bit of a slump.
No other TV?
No.
Even not reality?
No. I mean, not reality wise. Like I finished Presumed Innocent.
Yeah.
Great show. House of Dragon finished. I
heard this season was mid.
Yeah, it was mid. The ending was so mid. I was like, oh, come on.
It's stupid.
So like all the shows that I was like watching ended, And so now I'm like, need something new to start.
Okay.
You know what I put on the other day? Happy Feet.
Oh my gosh. That is horrific.
You don't like that movie?
No.
Why?
I think as a child, I went and saw that movie in theaters with my parents. And like I was like, love you, mom and dad. But I was like a real big follower of whatever my parents thought. And so I remember just at the time when that movie ended, my parents were so mad about it because they were like pushing like this agenda of not eating fish. And like we should, all the humans need to stop eating fish because the penguins are going to run out.
Oh.
So that's the only thing I remember from that movie.
Nope.
And I don't think I've watched it since.
I don't think I even thought that once. I don't eat fish anyway, but.
Isn't there like a huge campaign? Isn't it kind of like the Bee Movie where they're like, you guys all need to stop eating fish? Whereas like the Bee Movie is like, everybody must stop eating honey. Except I love the Bee Movie.
See, that doesn't make sense. I don't really like the Bee Movie. It weirds me out.
I know. I think it's so weird. That's why I think it's so funny.
No, it's more about being different, I think.
Oh, maybe I'll give it a rewatch.
It's so cute. He does like the little, because like all the penguins sing, like that's their thing, and then he doesn't sing. He dances. It's cute.
I feel like if I'm putting on an animated penguin movie, it's gonna be Surf's Up.
No, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Surf's Up?
Nope.
It's like a documentary style animated movie, dog. It's like The Office, but in an animated movie about penguin surfing.
That's funny.
It's amazing. You need to watch it.
I will.
Okay, anyway. I'm currently watching The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Whoa, okay.
I'm on season 7.
Out of?
18.
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
When does No. It's the fall, right? Salt Lake City?
I think so. We don't know yet, but I'm sure it's the fall. So far, Orange County is all right. Definitely not as good as Salt Lake.
Yeah.
So far, not as good as Jersey.
Orange County is the one that Vanderpump was on?
No, that's Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Orange County was the first of all the housewives.
Why do they have 2 that are like within an hour?
I don't know. Orange County started it all, so.
Weird.
And then Beverly Hills feels like it would be its own show because, come on, those people are crazy.
They are. It feels like their circles would.
I would agree.
Intermix, but
apparently it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on season 7. So far, the ladies are all right. There's a new one that came on, Heather. I think Heather Dobrev is my favorite so far. So could be changing my mind next year or next week.
I know. It really only takes one
thing for me.
One season to
ick out. Yeah. But the production started this show in like 2006.
Oh.
So it was rough in the beginning. But now I'm on season 7. So just plugging my way through, chugging along. So, all right. Well, next time you see us, we'll be talking about The Bachelorette.
Yeah. Crazy.
See ya.